Breaking from my regular Twitch schedule and streams, I decided to stream Minecraft and not think about if it's good enough content for people to watch, and decide to just chill out, to be honest. During the stream, though, a follower of mine who hasn't seen me in about a year coincidentally stumbled upon my stream that day and asked me a question that led me to share a bunch of words and advice that I think if you're currently a struggling Twitch streamer or content creator yourself, might actually really help you to hear. For context, in 2022, for 6 months, I was trying to make people laugh in Valorant by putting on different voices and accents, but eventually I got burnt out and took a break from Twitch as a result. The following is the realizations and conclusions I've found that have helped me the most in the end after trying blindly for many years to be a successful content creator. I hope these raw, spur-of-the-moment words really do help you if you're currently in that headspace of not feeling good enough as a creator. When was the last time you played Valorant? Oh man. It's been a long time, and the reason why I stopped doing it is because like a small part of me was doing that just to like grow on like social platforms, and it was working actually, but then I explained all of this in my YouTube video actually. A whole 1 hour YouTube video explaining my whole journey with the whole Valorant stuff. I don't know if you've watched it already, but basically I had a really bad month where no one was like talking to me during the whole like trying to make people laugh in Valorant thing. And it was the weirdest fucking experience that like, it just like, I guess it broke me. There's no better way to say it broke me. I don't want to say that, but I guess it did. I just don't want to believe that, but I guess it did because it caused me to like take a break from streaming and just be like, what am I doing? And it's like, I don't know. I think if I had just powered through it and just kept going, I would have probably found more success in Valorant. I don't know. But I just find like I'm more happier just like actually playing whatever. And I don't know. It's always conflicting with like the feeling of like, people aren't watching me. Does that mean I'm not good enough for whatever reason? And it's like, you can't see it that way. You have to be like, yes, you're not good enough for them, but not in the way that it's tied to your personality. It's like when someone doesn't watch you, it's because they're just not interested at the time. It's like they're just looking for a Twitch stream, right? I'm a Twitch streamer. You're looking at someone for entertainment. It doesn't have to be that personal, but as a creator, you do take it personally, right? This is basically much of what we do. So it's hard not to take it personally, right? When someone unfollows or some unsubscribes or doesn't come to the streams, right? But you gotta really you just gotta, whether you ever are at peace with the feeling or not in the end, it's just, it is the way it is what I'm saying. So I don't know. So I guess at that point is what I'm saying is that I couldn't take that feeling anymore for myself personally, and just like did a total 180 and decided to just play whatever I want. And you know what? I think it was a good decision for myself, not in terms of growth, but like enjoying myself again. Because if you watch any of my YouTube videos I'm coming out with now, you can tell I'm genuinely having the best time of my life playing a video game. And it's been a really long time since I've been able to do that. And again, not to say Valorant, I wasn't able to do that, but focusing on other people all the time, like I want to reiterate that I loved making people laugh and doing the voices, and it became a routine and I got better at it. It's just that when you put something out in the world and it almost seems like people don't care about it, it hurts. But you need to look at it as that person passing by doesn't need what you're selling, and that's all, and that's okay. And you just be happy that you were there in case someone passing by needed what you were providing. Like whether it's me doing a guitar stream and I'm playing a song that means deeply to someone, right? One night I'll have a crowd of people gather around because that song resonates with all of them, and another night, like by the end of the night, no one's there because they don't resonate with any of the songs. But that doesn't mean what I did didn't mean anything. What it means is that it was the wrong place, the wrong time. That's all it means. And it's hard to not see it that way. It's just like a gut feeling we all have. I actually left Twitch for more than a year. Just now I'm only back a little bit. These days I only watch you and this one other channel occasionally. As a note to that, when I try to watch people playing like Twitch streams, like I honestly just get depressed because I follow like a lot of big streamers, and then like there's only a handful of streamers I watch that I don't get depressed. And why I get depressed is because like I compare myself in the back of my mind to them. Like, damn, this person's just sitting on the floor like doing nothing in the game and like shit. And you do that comparison thing as a streamer, but then you gotta remember, they put in years into their Twitch stream. You're just seeing like years of them streaming, right? They might have gotten lucky at one point, but like they've been doing this for a long time. You can't just snapshot you looking at them in this moment. I fall for that too much viscerally, and it's like something I have to like be aware with myself, and that's all. But like that's the thing. You are creating something, and you're just happy you just gotta be happy you created something. And if it doesn't go viral, that means it doesn't appeal to a lot of people, which doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means you're not a distilled well, I don't want to say that, because some things that are good for a lot of people are good, like, in quality also. It just happens they line up. Just realize that, like, if only like 100 people like what you do versus like 1,000 people that like what someone else does, it just means whatever the other person is doing is more appealing to more people. What you're doing is more appealing to a select few for a specific reason. You're a niche, right? Yeah, and then the other aspect, of course, is like the roll of the die of like, if we're talking YouTube or TikTok or whatever, like if the fucking algorithm or the internet's even going to share you in front of the right people, right? We didn't even talk about that aspect where you set up shop, right? And then, yeah, also when I'm tuning into other people's streams, it's like, they're doing shit like this, right? Where they're just like chatting and stuff. So I'm like I don't do this because I feel like it's not good enough. But as you can see, we're having like an actual good conversation. Like this is what Twitch streaming is about, but I tell myself that it's not good enough to break through the mold, right? So that's why I don't do it. And that's the funny thing, right? It's like the analogy of like, if you want happiness, stop looking for it. If you squeeze something too tightly, it slips away like a bar of soap, right? It's like the moment you stop caring is when it comes, which is like paradoxical. And again, right time, right moment. I happen to stream at this time. You happen to be online. You happen to see my name. It's literally the same analogy of like, you set up shop for the day. Just be happy you set up shop. If no one needed it, you should also see that as a good thing, that if you're putting out content out there, and let's say you're in terms of, let's use a specific example. Let's say you're giving advice about let's go deep here. Let's say you're giving advice about like if your, I don't know, your spouse or your son or your parent is a drug addict, let's say, for the sake of like an extreme situation, argument, whatever, and your channel gives out advice to addicts, right? Your videos will not get millions of views unless it's like the clear-cut best ever ultimate, and it's the more thing is, if it's packaged amazing, maybe it will get 1 million views. But chances are it's only get a few thousand, because only a few thousand people will catch onto your video and actually be like, oh, I'm in that situation, I should watch this video. And be thankful that the reason why most people didn't watch it, and let's say you made a good video, let's just say it was actually good, the reason why most people didn't watch it is because like they didn't need it, because they have a good family. And just be thankful for that, right? It's like the other side of the coin. You know what's really funny is, I'll say this, is that when I was trying my VR chat series, I tried to do a VR chat series on YouTube, 5 episodes in, got discouraged, bounced. I then did a Valorant, I did random games, and then like I realized it wasn't growing fast enough. I felt insecure, I bounced. I did Valorant, I put out 5 videos. One video was taking me a month to make. That's why I bounced out of that, because I was making a month per video and I was barely getting views. So I'm like, fuck this. This is not worth my time. So I bounced, and then here I am, and I can honestly say I'm in a better place, and I'm here with you guys because of that. And we're having this random moment, and it's working out, and everyone's chilling in chat. We're all vibing. It's cool, and yeah. At this point in the stream, I had said all I had to say about the Twitch stuff. After which, the same follower expressed to me that he was procrastinating at schoolwork and life in general, and I gave him some life advice, as I was actually in a similar situation, where for him he was up until 3 AM watching YouTube Shorts every day. I was up until 7 AM playing League of Legends ARAMs while blasting music in my headphones. Both of us chasing dopamine rushes to escape our problems, and so I then gave the following advice on what's helped me in those situations as well. For those who don't know, I've said this a million times. I'm gonna say it a million times more probably. I have locks on my computer. I have ADHD. So what do I mean by a lock is that at exactly 1 AM, which is in 20 minutes, guys, my computer will lock and turn off against my will, and I won't be able to turn it on until 6 AM. Because with my ADHD, I literally, lately, these last 2 weeks, I've been falling asleep at 7 AM. Because I stay on the computer too long, or on my phone, right? Just like scrolling and shit on like YouTube Shorts or whatever, or playing video games, and like, I don't know, man. That's why I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing with myself, right? And then like, if I'm playing something like, oh, I don't want to get into it too much, but basically I've been staying up too late, and so I had to put the locks back on, and so now I'm gonna get back onto a good sleep schedule. You know, it's always important to like work on yourselves, guys. Literally, if you want, like, if you're ever having problems in life, if these 3 things, which are sleep, diet, and exercise, if those are out of touch, out of order, you're playing life on hard mode, okay? I'm just gonna say it. You're playing life on hard mode. You start with your sleep, you start getting good night's sleep every day, and you start with eating properly every day. You know, figure out what you actually like eating that happens to be healthy, and you actually are easily able to stick to it and enjoy it, and then you can move on to exercise. And then exercises gives you, like, literally helps your brain think better and your body feel better. So it's like you're living on hard mode basically if you're not doing all three of those things. And I've been living on hard mode lately, and I need to get back into doing those things. So obviously step one is sleep, and then I slowly move on to diet, and then I slowly move on to exercise. You do it one at a time, tiny habit, don't overwhelm yourself, that type of crap, right? But and the thing is, like, I've been not binge watching, but like, you know, my YouTube feed gets filled with like, oh, how to like unfuck your life, how to like sleep better now, finally, how to actually stick to a habit. And like, I've been watching those videos for years and like tricking myself by watching them, thinking like, oh, I'm getting better by watching these. When in reality, you just end up back in the same spot watching more videos. It's like, you're not, oh shit, you're not solving anything really. You're just stuck in a YouTube loop all of a sudden, right? It's me too, Peter. Yesterday, I fell asleep at scrolling on YouTube watching Fallout lore videos. You have to realize that the internet has an infinite pool of content, right? Just realize that you'll never watch and just think of movies alone or video games alone. There are so many video games, so many movies in the world that you will never live long enough to watch them all or play them all. So you have to be selective about your time and whatever in relation to that. So what I'm saying is that you don't look at YouTube or movies or video games, you don't look at them like, I gotta finish these, I gotta finish this, I gotta finish this, I'm gonna keep watching this, oh, that's interesting, you gotta look at it as with your time, in relation to your time, like, I should only spend 2 hours of this in one day. So then you look you basically look at the internet as a portal you're opening the door to for 1 hour, and then you close it, because it's a never-ending portal. Right? So that's why I put the locks on. I have ADHD. I literally can't control myself. I believe a lot of people, maybe even in this chat, and obviously in the world, have the same sentiment. So that's why I put locks, so that I don't have to think about my willpower. It's literally a choice made against me that I made ahead of time, knowing it's good for me. I don't know. When I started thinking about it that way, it really changed the way I saw my own time and time management. That it's a window you should respect, and that's it, right? And so you don't look at it as like, oh, I gotta finish this video, I gotta finish this video, I wanna watch this and this. You gotta remember it's a window, and you're gonna get sucked in and never leave if you don't treat it as a window. Literally, bro, I'm struggling with the same exact issues where I'm literally not taking care of myself because of school, work, and all the stress, so I just do bad habits for the quick shot of dopamine. Yeah, and that's where I was at with, a few weeks ago, I explained this in my latest video on my second channel, VRP Raw, where I said I'm addicted to ARAMs. I would literally be playing from midnight to 4 a.m. And one night I'll have a good night, and the next night I won't. I'll be like screaming mad. Not screaming mad, but I'd be mad. And I had to be like, what am I doing with my time, man? Like, why am I doing this? And it's like deep down, I think realistically, we're all just running away from like problems that are piling in our lives, right? Like right now, like when you have ADHD, you're a little bit more susceptible to being overwhelmed by like simple things or like a bunch of things, right? And like how I know I'm starting to lose my grip on life is if my room starts becoming a mess with clothes everywhere. I'm like first step you should do is clean your room. A clear room is a clear mind. And then also my to-do list I haven't touched. I have a to-do list on my phone that actually works. Another fun tip is that you should always look at your to-do list as a river, right? It's always flowing. You never finish a to-do list. Like, sure, it'll be blank one day, maybe, on like you do all your shit you have to do this weekend, right? But then more shit gets on the to-do list, right? It's never ending for the infinity of life, just like the portal into the YouTube world, right? It's like of content. It's a river. It's always flowing. So you should treat your to-do list as like you don't expect yourself to finish everything. You just expect yourself to at least do one thing or make progress and make sure the list doesn't like the front page doesn't pile up, right? And so I don't know. You just got to be comfortable with yourself and just be honest with yourself and like do the tiniest thing. And the tiniest thing I could do was like literally put my room together. Took me half an hour. It was in pretty bad shape. I had just built my computer, I think like 4 months ago, and I still had all the parts outside my closet because I didn't know how to fit them all in my closet. And I was like, and then like a week ago, I was like, fuck it, it's not gonna take me that long. And then it didn't take me that long, and it all fit in my closet. And that was my anxious worry, which made no sense, right? We all just like let life go for a little too long. We get distracted for too long, and then we feel guilty, and then we don't want to leave this pile of filth we've made for ourselves, right? It's just the human condition. Like, it happens to everyone. So just don't think, just realize you just got to get back on the horse. Don't think of it as a streak. That's another thing. Don't be like, oh, I didn't exercise 3 days in a row. Therefore, like I failed on day 4. Therefore, I feel bad about myself. I'm gonna give that as permission to myself to just keep failing. I might as well keep failing because I fucked up the streak. There's no point in getting back on the horse. You don't see it as that way. If you do, I'm literally repeating myself from that video I just made on BRP Raw. But if you do a whole month, if you want to exercise for a full month, and you miss 2 days, you don't look at in the middle of the month. You don't look at it as I fucked up my streak. What's the point? I'm a failure. I didn't do all 30 days. You look at it as I did 28 days. That's a hell of a ton better than last month when I did 0 days. Like, that's actually insane improvement when you frame it that way. So that's why. And even like, I don't know if you guys watch Dr. K, Healthy Gamer on YouTube. I've been watching him for years, and he's like, I don't want to say that he's the reason I've gotten to all these revelations and stuff, but like, it's a little bit of my life experience and friends and family and whatever. And then, you know, he's taught me how to like how to talk to people and help others with like therapeutically. But why I bring him up is it's that like he even says like when they teach people in therapy, when they talk to people in therapy, what tends to happen is someone will come to them with a problem. They will talk to them about their problems. The therapist will give them advice. They try the advice. It doesn't work. They try the advice, it works. They try the same advice, it doesn't work. And like, they'll keep failing for like weeks, but they keep coming back to the therapist for reassurance, just to talk. And then one random week, they'll all of a sudden, they got their life together. You need to just keep getting back on the horse for you to finally stay on it. Like, what they find in therapy is that yes, you will keep failing with the right tools, but one of these days, the tool is just going to work. And that's why you keep trying. That's why you keep going. That's why. Because it just does. All of a sudden, your brain clicks. You just have to keep trying. Bro, the to-do list grows more than I can do. I still have shit I've left unfinished months ago. And when I think about it, I feel guilty, which makes me procrastinate more, making me not work on it. This goes for school, work, and like basically everything. My advice to you is that I would still say that we obviously we're not in the same situation. You're talking about studying, you're talking about schoolwork and stuff. I would say our situations are pretty similar in the fact that like, the to-do list is pile up, it's overwhelming, like you feel so much shame and guilt that like it's just built out. And I'm saying you, but I'm really just talking about me talking to myself. I'm imagining I'm in your situation or whatever. But like, yeah, so you're feeling all this guilt, blah, 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 it's overwhelming. What got me out of my situation was that like that's the thing, you gotta hit so far down to rock bottom till you can't take it anymore. That's really when you usually bounce back, right? Because then you're just like, what? You look at yourself and you're like, what the fuck am I doing? Because there is those moments before where like, like, you know, the whole time as you're descending into madness that you should be doing something with your life, right? And you're fucking putting shit off for too long and it keeps growing and growing. And you're aware, but you're still not doing anything about it and you keep going deeper and deeper. It's like, you really just have to like hit rock bottom for you to really be like, okay, I'm actually hit my point. I need to bounce back. And that's when you will get enough motivation, enough whatever to like, just do something. And that's why when I know cleaning my room is the best thing I can do because, again, clean room, clean mind. I cannot stress how true that statement is. It's like the ladder out of hell is hot, but it's the ladder out of hell, right? It's like it's not easy. It's gonna burn, but it's the way out of hell. It's like what I'm saying is that like I'm lucky enough to know that to get out of the slump I'm in, I will have to start with my room. Then I will have to start with something else. And you know, the thing is that everything is exponential, whether it's bad or good, right? You spend too much time on YouTube one day, and then the next, and then the next, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And it's like it's exponential. It gets worse, right? But it also works the other way around. You clean your room, you get to do one thing. Maybe you then go out and like do like 3 things in the same area of your house. Like maybe you go to the kitchen and you were supposed to like do the dishes. I don't know, like organize your fridge, like take out the shit that's expired, and I don't know, like clean the floor, right? And then like let's say like because you clean your room, you could like look around, there's nothing to like bother you and distract you about being in your own room, that you actually feel good being in there. And then you just like look, and then you just get the motivation, and like one day, because you're also getting your sleep better, right, is that you just then do that thing and then the ball rolls upwards, right? So my map, my plan, my ladder out of hell is typically, you know, hit rock bottom. Then and you know, if you do this enough times, you won't have to hit rock bottom to get out. Usually for me, it tends to be that, most people. But let's say, okay, you hit rock bottom. Step 1 for me at least is clean my room. Step 2 then is get better sleep. Step 1 or 2 could be, those two are interchangeable. Clean room or sleep or whatever, interchangeable. So sleep. Okay, so for me, it was clean room, get good sleep, which is I'm working on now. Then I have to get back to like eating healthily that I enjoy. Then I have to step 3, get back into exercise. For me personally, I like going for a half hour. I have this app called Couch to 5K, which basically gets you from being a couch potato to running a 5K. I've never gotten more than 2 weeks because ADHD and then falling back into bad habits, but it is a helpful app. It's very well structured. It's very simple. So for me, I like running for half an hour on the treadmill. That's all it asks of me, to run half an hour, interval running. So, you know, you walk, you run, you walk, you run. That's interval running. And I love doing that to music because I'm a music guy. And when I listen to really cool upbeat music, I could run for hours if I had to because the music keeps me going. So, I don't know. And that's the thing, right? I know that about myself. So if you don't know what exercise you actually like doing or can actually stick to, which is the more important thing, find it, right? Some people, it was Dance Dance Revolution. For me, it's running. For other people, it's going on a exercise bike. It's different for everyone. So you just got to find the thing in that category that works for you, right? With your sleep, there's and the thing is with all these things, there's rules in stone that you have to follow to make them work, like sleep. The rules in stone are like, yeah, you can't be on your phone an hour before bed. You shouldn't exercise 3 hours before bed because your body will want to stay up. You should have your room as dark as possible. You should have the temperature of the room. Like, it's little things that are scientifically proven to get you better sleep, right? And the same goes for diet and you know, exercise. Like, there are concrete rules to do these things properly. But then, as long as you got the basic concrete rules passed, then you just got to find which one, like you go to a bakery, right? Let's say every bread in there is like healthy for you. But now you have to choose which bread you like, right? Whether it's the texture, whether it came out fresh out of the oven at the right time when you go in every day. It's like you just got to find the right one for you, and that's what you got to stick to. And that's if you don't know what that is, that's what you have to do next, you know? Get back to that place and then just find what works for you. And usually whatever's the easiest is probably the best thing for you. Because if you could do, that's also why I do my content now. It is literally effortless for me to make a YouTube video now because I love doing it. It is effortless for me to have fun and be funny on stream because I love doing it now. Well, I love doing the Valorant stuff, but that's besides the point. You know what I'm saying? In the end, one of the, a piece of advice that's helped me lately to think about was, you should do whatever it is you choose to do in life. It should be something that other people look at and be like, wow, he makes it look easy. That's how you know you found your strength and what you need to be doing. Well, not need to be doing, but like should at least be doing for now. That might change as you get older and you get better at different things, but whatever you make look easy is what you should be doing, okay? That's a piece of advice that's actually been helping me. And that's why I do random games and have fun with them, because I love doing it and it's great content, and it's the easiest way I make great content because I love doing it. And life's too short to care about fucking numbers, because I've been through a lot of bullshit and everyone has been through a lot of bullshit, but like I turn that's why I do what I do, because life is too painful to keep being an asshole, so I try to spread good. I know how shitty the world can get. Stream opened my eyes for real. I'm glad it did. I hope you get into your studying, my friend. I hope you get your essay done. All right, good night, guys. I'm gonna have to end abruptly. Cheers. Have a good night.